What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Cam ATL. Shout out to the DFS squad. Shout out to everybody watching this video right now. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you comment anything down in the comment section to enter your name into the $50 giveaway that I do every single week on this channel. You guys know the deal. Alright? This is the first look lineup video for NFL Week 10. Alright? So pretty much in this lineup, pretty much in this video, we're going to go through, set the lineup together off just gut feel for the first look of the slate. And then come Friday, I will post a video where we will go position by position and talk about all of the players, okay? But this is the first look lineup. We've had, honestly, a lot of success with the first look doing very, very well come the weekend. So it's actually been the way to go. The extra research has been the downfall for a lot of the NFL season. But anyways, let's go ahead and go straight off gut and a little bit of research and put this lineup together. As you can see on the screen, I already have it in. Let's talk about why I like these guys. Starting off at quarterback, Drew Brees. Now, Brees is absolutely elite, okay, period. But when he's at home in New Orleans, especially facing an Atlanta secondary that is bottom in the league, they don't get pressure on a quarterback. Their secondary sucks. Everything about him sucks, and I'm an Atlanta fan, and I hate to say that, but our defense is trash. Okay, Drew Brees is going to tear us apart. Okay, and at 6'7", Drew Brees, I absolutely love him. As you can see at receiver real quick, Michael Thomas and Ted Ginn Jr. I like pairing these two guys together because I'm able to get Ted Ginn at only 3'7". I can easily see him catching a big one here against this bad Atlanta secondary. And then Michael Thomas, he gets more passes thrown his way than any other receiver in the entire league. He's 8'3", so he's expensive, but I expect these two to connect multiple times, if not for a couple touchdowns. So Thomas is going to have a huge game against Atlanta. And I like pairing him with Ginn in GPPs. So Brees, Thomas, and Ginn paired up in GPPs I really like. Then at running backs, Christian McCaffrey and David Montgomery. McCaffrey's going against one of the worst run defenses in the entire league at Green Bay. They've been giving it up on the ground to everyone. McCaffrey is super, super expensive, but when it comes to safety and upside, McCaffrey has both better than any other running back in the league. And honestly, I didn't have much of a struggle putting this lineup together with McCaffrey. So I think you go McCaffrey. Don't second guess it. He's by far the best running back in the league, especially in fantasy where it's full point PPR on DK. Go Christian McCaffrey. Don't overthink it. Next up, David Montgomery is at home in Chicago at 5'3". The last few games, he has really gotten it going, man. They're giving this dude a lot of run. Now he's going against a Detroit team that has been pitiful against guys on the ground. I mean, guys are averaging like over 20 Draftkings points against this team on the ground, okay? Josh Jacobs got like, 27 last week, something like that. It's ridiculous. They are giving it up on the ground. So David Montgomery at only 5'3" seems like an amazing value price to me. Next up, Zach Pascal at 5'3". All right, Ty Hilton is expected to miss 2 to 3 weeks, so he's not going to play in this game. They're at home in Indy, going against Miami, a horrible defense. This secondary is not going to be able to stop Pascal, and we know with Ty Hilton out, Pascal is the main focal point of this offense for them. So I really, really like Pascal here at 5'3". One thing you want to keep an eye on is how Jacoby Brissett's going to be, okay? I definitely rather Pascal if Brissett plays than Hoyer, okay? So we want to keep an eye on that. I'm expecting Brissett to play because he's practicing in a limited fashion, but I just wanted to say that real quick. Let's say if he doesn't play, then I do really like Larry Fitzgerald and Christian Kirk, both of these Arizona receivers against Tampa Bay's secondary. Both of those guys are amazing options as well right here in this price range, as well as Calvin Ridley running back some of that New Orleans with Drew Brees, Michael Thomas, Ted Ginn. So honestly, if you don't go Pascal, I like this line a lot for GPP, so I would throw Ridley in to run back that New Orleans love in this lineup with Ginn, Thomas, and Brees. I like running it back with Ridley and hoping he has that big game. We know New Orleans gives up a ton to that second and third receivers, and that's where Ridley fits in perfectly. So I think Ridley could have a big game. So if Brissett does not play, then I like Ridley in this lineup specifically. All right. Mike Gesicki. All right. I like spending down here at the tight end position because it just seems like a good position. Now, one thing about Miami is they are always falling behind, which means they have to throw the ball a ton. On top of that, Preston Williams is out for the entire season. Okay, so that's a huge bump to Devontae Parker, who's going to be an absolute monster the rest of the year, and a bump to this tight end. Okay, he had a good game last game. He had 6 targets, caught all 6 for almost 100 yards. Okay, with Preston Williams being out, expect more of a bump to this tight end in targets and Devontae Parker, and Miami to be down most of the time, so that's good for them. And I love it at 3-1. It just seems like a good cheap price with Preston Williams missing, the guy who's been getting the most targets. Let me verify real quick. How much is Devontae Parker this week? 4.8. Devontae's an amazing play at 4.8, by the way. I just wanted to make sure I talked about that real quick. Let me put Calvin in here. No, I'm going to go. I definitely like Pascal if Brissett plays, and I think Brissett's playing. Next up, Ronald Jones II at 4.3 is way too low for a guy who has been announced the starting running back officially for Tampa Bay. One thing that's always been the issue, man, is that running back by committee Tampa Bay has been running for years. But they're finally saying, look, this is my guy. He's going to get right around 20 carries a game now. And with that being said, going against Arizona, a fast-paced matchup, bad against the run. I really like Ronald Jones II at only 4.3. He's going to get about 18 to 20 touches. 18 to 20 carries, and I think he can definitely get in the end zone there. And at 4.3, I think he can easily hit value. Last but not least, I really just plug Steelers in right here because their defense has been absolutely ridiculous this year. They've been really, really good, flying under the radar kind of. I mean, look at their points. Outside of week 1 against New England, 7-11, 19-11, 14, 13, 19. They've really been playing well, especially when they're at home in Pittsburgh. They're facing a good Rams offense. But at the same time, this is a Rams offense that has struggled a lot this year too. Okay, they're not super, super high-powered like we were seeing last year where they were putting up like 40-something plus a game. Okay, they're not to be feared like that as much, with Ty Gurley not being a big part of that offense like he used to be. But anyways, this Steelers defense at home in Pittsburgh, they have been super consistent, super solid all season long. And at 2.6, I think they can get to Goff a few times, maybe get some picks. And I really like them a lot at 2.6. And that's it, y'all. Drew Brees, Christian McCaffrey, David Montgomery, Michael Thomas, Ted Ginn, Zach Pascal or Calvin Ridley for GPP, or Larry Fitzgerald and Kirk. You can go either one of them. Mike Gesicki with no Preston Williams. Ronald Jones II and Steelers D is the first look lineup. Let's get it, y'all. Greenlightdfs.com. Join the squad. I will be back.